Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to Gamers Against Suicide 2025. I'm its Page. I am here. I'm taking over for the next two runs. And before we get into the next run, let me quickly explain what we are here today for. We're raising money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Who obviously you can find. Let me rephrase this again. Obviously, they do great work. Helping to prevent people from committing suicide and stuff like that. Just in case any of you are feeling that way, there are many websites you can visit, such as foundthehelpline.com, where you can search up your country and they will find the nearest helpline that you can get in touch with. We also do have a few donations, which I will read out. Before we do that, let me get into a couple of incentives. I believe we are $10 away from the next incentive, which is, let me get up here real quick. We're from the Singing at the Opera for Final Fantasy VI, which sounds very interesting. So if you please consider getting those donations in. And obviously we also have a $1,000 incentive for saving Sid. So obviously you also see that, get those donations in. Let's quickly go through some of these quick donations. So in the intermission, we received a $20 donation from I Like Baguette 25 saying, "Thank you very much for letting me commentate this run. It was an honor to see that GMTB02 himself was watching the stream." We also have a $10 donation from Kingfisher Games saying, "Thank you all so much for having me on. Not once, but twice. I started posting times in January, and it feels unreal to be in events. Keep it up, guys." And then we have a $5 donation from Howlin' Mad Mike saying, "Huge thanks to GFH for having me run and host at this event. Always an absolute pleasure and privilege. Let's get that $1,000 donation met." And I agree. But so thank you everyone for the donations, and thank you all for running and commentating. But I feel like it's a good time to pass it on to DBcade. So take it away, DBcade, with Power Stone 2.
Hey, thank you very much for the introduction. And yes, everyone, make sure you check out those links and the information that its page provided you. In the meantime, get ready for Power Stone 2. Who here is familiar with this game? That's the first thing I want to ask. I'm going to do something special today. This is actually been re-released again on the Capcom Fighting Collection. I'm running on the PS5. Now, something has happened here. And by the way, big shouts to GFH Marathon for being the first one to actually accept this game into your event. This is a god tier level Capcom game. It is super underrated. And what I'm going to allow everyone to do today is there's two things that have changed. All the characters are available from the beginning, all the secret characters. They're time unlocked in the normal arcade release, and in the arcade version you also have to unlock them. And there's one other thing. This game, I wrote easy %, but I realized technically this game has a 0%, an easiest % now on the PS5. So I'll ask chat, do you want me to run the easiest % or the easy %? There, obviously, the easy % is a little easier. So that is my first question to chat, and everyone can jump in and say what they want. And then the second thing I'm going to ask everyone to chat is even if you don't know the characters, there's a character that you think looks cool, I would ask you to pick the character that I'm going to use for the speed run today. I am one of the top players in the world for this game. I've been consistently top 30. I haven't checked my ranking since GDQ, but yeah, I can play everyone in a little bit too much time into this game. So I'll just go ahead and do it easy because I'm not seeing the chat scroll. So we'll do easy. Make sure I refresh. You vote easiest because it's way easier than easy? Okay. All right, we'll do the new one. I have never done easiest before. So this is new. So we've saved it now. And yeah, let's go ahead and start the game. So we're going to be running the arcade mode. I'm going to be running the English version. You can boot up the Japanese or English versions now for this game. So this game was not stretched on re-release, and it's actually more arcade, more based on the arcade version than the actual Dreamcast version, which is both funny and a little bit out of out of the normal because all the secret weapons in this game are unlocked. So the first thing we're going to do here is pick our character. So we have 20 seconds. So if you know a character in this game, shout out their name. I'll pick them. If not, I'll give you the choice between the samurai guy, the kung fu guy, Wang Tang, yeah, Ryoma, Gorman, the chef, or Ayame, the ninja. But there's a lot of characters. I'll go ahead and do Gorman. So we're running out of time. So in the beginning of this game, by the way, time. Actually, let me. I'll give everyone a second, real quick. Yeah, you can still pick my character. So those are your choices. Just if you know someone in this game you want me to play, I'll pick them out. This is one of Capcom's most classic games. I'll go ahead and I'll do Gorman then, and time is going to start on 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the first thing we do in this game is we're actually going to choose the airplane stage. Now, every stage in this game transforms. So this is an arena type of fighter game. And what we're going to do here is we're going to try and get the power stones. That's the name of the game. Except in this game, there are more than 3 power stones that can appear at once. And you'll see that, here's an example of the RNG in the game. It is completely random what weapons can appear, and we've actually gotten the most damaging sword of the game. Well, one of the most damaging sword, the great sword. So we should be able to clear this in record time. The weapons in this game are not balanced. That is an end game weapon that normally in the arcade version has a very on this version too has a very low chance of appearing. We've transformed and we're going to use our specials to get through. There's almost too much for me to talk about in one go through. So I'm just going to explain that items can appear randomly in the map and also in treasure chests and in random event drops. So what item will appear is based usually on a percentage of level. So for example, a rocket launcher or bazooka might be a level 2 or 3 item, and then you might have a minor health drop. You can recover health in this game, but as you saw, certain items and stage hazards do just ridiculous amounts of damage, to the point where, in this game, as opposed to the first, a lot of the strategy involves being pretty sneaky with how you use weapons. And we're going to go ahead and rush up here. So if you have when you transform into your mode, your Power Stone mode, for example, we turn into a chef dinosaur for some reason. You can use your normal attack, like we have a fireball that we get, but more so you can use your ultimate move. And the thing that makes the ultimate move so good in this game is that a lot of them are homing attacks. So, for example, ours will go up to the top, and let me see if I can get rid of Gunrock over here. So Gorman's really good because he's considered a big character. He can pick up extra heavy items, but he has low mobility, and he also can't jump that high. So normally, if I was using there's a trick in this stage where you can actually climb on the roof here. The only reason I don't use it is that for Gorman, we don't really have an option coming down. There's a little section coming. See, you can barely make that jump as Gorman. Once 2 people go inside here, the door will shut. Unfortunately, we did not make it in time. So if you don't make it in time, you get dropped in this stage. And one little secret that people don't know about is one of these cups actually has healing. So 3 of them are poison, one of them's healing, and it's one of the biggest healings in the game. Throwing items you can do with the alt button. You can also drop an item if you just want to switch, and that actually is kind of a key strategy in this game to doing some really broken strategies where you might have a weapon that stuns you, and then you can go into like you have like a freeze weapon, and then maybe you have a weapon that transforms you into a tanuki, so you can shoot off the tanuki weapon, switch and pick up the freeze weapon, and you've basically created an a combo that can't be beaten. This is the mid boss of the game. This is Pharaoh Walker. Pharaoh Walker is what trips a lot of people up in this run the first time. So the actual strat here is to get on top of the Pharaoh Walker and then shoot off your beam 3 times. So Pharaoh Walker now is probably going to jump in the air because he's mad. Oh, there's a Mega Man Buster. Yeah, there are Capcom references in this game. What we're trying to do, we're trying to get on top of here. I don't mind getting eaten up by Pharaoh Walker. We just need to get on top. And unfortunately, like Pharaoh Walker's moved too far forward. So I'm hoping that this jump will kind of reset the situation. You don't want to be on the ground when you're jumping like that. I can use the arms, but this is kind of where Gormon's not too strong. So the other option I have here is I can destroy 2 legs of the Pharaoh Walker. I think it might just be 1. Oh no, it's 2. And then what happens is Pharaoh Walker will fall over like this. You can still be hit by all the enemies that are inside the Pharaoh Walker, but this is kind of the normal way to clear it. We'll do the alien stage. It's one of my favorites. So Power Stone has always had the standard balance of having boxes and urns and things that you can throw. The funny thing about this game is that it is even easier to catch said items. So my favorite thing about this game really is just figuring how to chain like stage hazards. Like you saw there, we broke the back glass, so you can actually trap a character now, and they'll eventually just fall into the off the conveyor belt. And everyone has to get up to this platform, but no one made it, so they're all going to lose a little bit of health. They're going to drop all their power stones. We're going to pick them up, and now we get to do the elevator troll. So only a few characters in this game can do this. We actually transform, call out our cooking, and we'll usually knock them off the stage or do a ton of damage because there's just not enough space to avoid it. This game's gimmick is teleporters. So that little green door, if we decide to click the use button on there, we will actually be teleported to one of the 3 teleporters in the stage. The best one being the one at the top corner. I fell off the stage there. Falling off the stage is it's not the end of the world. Like you just take a little bit of damage. There's me like refreezing an enemy midair. Very balanced item, freeze. You're also probably wondering, can you turn items off? No, this is the core mechanic of Power Stone 2. In fact, you wouldn't want to because the game just in general has more. Your character has more options with items. This should be KO, and then we'll have Gun Rock in the last section, which is really nice. We didn't get to see the alien. Sorry. There's an alien at the top of that stage, and then the announcer goes, "Oh my God, it's an alien!" It's just Captain Obvious. Gormand and Gunrock actually have some of the highest attack in the game, so we got extremely good RNG in that we can take care of these enemies real quick because we do more damage when you're hitting the Mokujin, the wood dummies. They actually freeze. Unfortunately, I got a freeze gun there that doesn't really help me. The only thing we have to watch out for is the freezing and shotgun. Some of the items they spawn in with are unfortunately pretty mean. If you see it in this game, you can probably pick it up. That's kind of the rule. Now KOing my yes, although I'm with Gunrock, technically we're enemies still. So, and it's not a bad idea to KO them sometimes, just because the one downside of this game is that this game prioritizes the attack based on whoever is in proximity to you. So whoever is, and sometimes you would think it's whoever's closest, but for example, this person's holding a rocket launcher, so their hitbox has changed, so they actually show up as closer. Two freeze wands, unfortunately, they don't really help in this situation. I am going to try and get that power stone at the end here, just so we can transform, and we'll have it going into the next stage, and I can show hopefully a quick finish on the boss here. Dr. Erode is also another point where a lot of people will use continues for the game, but the trick really here is jumping off this back wall, and then a lot of times your special will do a lot of damage, and it also allows you to avoid pretty much everything. And then when you do enough damage, his heart will open up, and you can go in there and fire away. Now, another thing we can do here is we can the bees. I think they're flies actually. So he's doing, unfortunately, we got bad RNG. He's doing the fork attack here. This just slams and hits everywhere on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and steal a power stone from our buddy over here.
Sorry, just asking. Am I able to quickly interrupt here for a second?
Okay.
All right, so we have just wanted to let everyone know we have I believe we have. Let me just yes, we have finally hit the incentive of singing at the opera for Final Fantasy VI. We've reached over $850 because we've just received a $21 donation from Calamity saying thought I should up it to $3 per death. One for each of the one levels. This is a great cause and great to be part of. Let's reach $1,000, and I agree with that. So thank you, Calamity, for the $21. So yeah.
And GG.
Yes, we do also, as he said, we do have 1,000. Obviously, if you guys want to save Sid, that is we need to get to $1,000 if you guys want to see that. So feel free to get your donations in. So yeah, so continue, DB.
Oh well, I finished the game now. It's GG. So while it's going on, I'll talk about kind of some of the other characters we didn't get to see. But Gormon is actually not the top character in this game. He's just one that I think kind of is fun to play at events because he can interact with more of the items in interesting ways, like picking them up, picking up whole stages. And we got extremely that first stage. It's extremely rare to see that weapon drop. Every time you play this game, you will get a different outcome, especially on the newer release, because they've mixed in the high level items. So you're getting end game items in between, and this game goes from I don't understand what's going on to okay, I understand how to be a beast in this. I do want to shout out the Power Stone communities, of course. Thank you everyone for playing. The online in this game is pretty good. It's really good for two people, which is how ranking works. And you basically have the other AI that you can beat. Unfortunately, a lot of the matches will end in time over. Yeah, that time was on the defeat of Dr. Erode back there. Yeah, I would just say that if you want to a lot of people associate Capcom with Street Fighter and all their other all their other yeah, it's okay. All their other fantastic entries, but this is among them, and I'm still been wanting Power Stone 3. This game is just so much fun. It is the true party game, but there is a really cool competitive aspect to it. So thanks to this release, we have ranking, we have the ability to do that, and yeah, maybe if more people get into this game, I would be I this is a game I will sit down and make any excuse for. I have had uh I actually bring it with me to work. I have a Dreamcast that I'll bring to events just to play this game with people. So yeah, anytime if you see me and you want to learn Power Stone 2, anytime. I'll make any excuse to teach this game and any character. So that's been it for me. I hope you enjoyed a Capcom classic and pick up the fighting game collection too if you're interested. And that's all. Thanks for watching. My name is DBcade. You can find me at DBcade at Twitch and YouTube. We recently created that last month, so any support helps. Appreciate you. And thanks again to GFH for having me. Take care now.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, DBcade. I really loved that chef. Just going around and eating everything. That's great. But yeah, thank you. And obviously, for anyone, we're going to go into a quick intermission if you guys want to go and grab a drink real fast while we set up for the next run, which is Paper Mario Dark Star Edition. So it's great. We'll see you there.